Good morning, student. This is lecture number 12 of material science. Yesterday I have shared one PDF file in your WhatsApp group which containing the notes of this unit, that is ion carbon equilibrium diagram. On Saturday we will have to give test on the second unit. Okay, so the way I have shared link for the unit number 1, same type of link will be shared on Saturday 1 p.m. By clicking on that link you will have to view the question paper and write the answer and attach the answer in PDF by using that same link. Okay, so in the last lecture or up to previous lecture or last lecture we have studied in the second unit, that is ion carbon equilibrium diagram, various phases like alpha ferrite, delta ferrite, austenite, cementite, ladyburite, perlite. Okay, that all the phases we have studied in details with their properties. Next, we have studied the variant reactions occurring at a different temperature and percentage of carbon, that is peritectic reaction, eutectoid reaction, eutectic reaction. What are the byproduct of that reactions that we have already studied? Then we have studied the critical temperature occurring at various locations in ion carbon equilibrium diagram. What is the what we can say that the symbolic representation of that critical temperature that we have already studied. Next, we have studied the cooling of a particular type of steel which containing a particular percentage of carbon or certain percentage of carbon from higher temperature to room temperature, that we have already studied. Then we have studied by using the lever rule how we can calculate the different phases occurring at a percentage of carbon and a different temperature. Okay, so that much syllabus we have already studied. Then next we will have to study the allotropy of a pure metal. Now in allotropy of a pure metal, some portion we have already studied, that whatever the figure shown over here, it is divided into three sections. Here we can observe that in between room temperature to 910 degrees Celsius, there are alpha ferrite which is in BCC structure containing 2 atoms per unit cell. Okay, and that room temperature to 910 degrees Celsius, that's alpha ferrite present in two form, that is from room temperature to 768 it is alpha ferrite ferromagnetic, and from 768 to 910 it is paramagnetic. Means at a particular temperature, that is 768 degrees Celsius, it shows the it loses the magnetic property, and that particular temperature is known as Curie temperature. Is it? Then next, that is from 910 to 1400 degrees Celsius, austenite is occur, which is in FCC structure and which containing 4 atoms per unit cell. Is it? That alpha ferrite, the occurrence of the alpha ferrite is reversible, means while cooling from 1400 to 910 degrees Celsius, from delta ferrite to alpha austenite transformation will take place, and from heating 910 to 1400 degrees Celsius, from alpha ferrite to austenite transformation takes place. Means it is a reciprocal, or what we can say that reversible process. From heating also as well as from cooling also we can obtain the austenite in between 910 to 1400 degrees Celsius. Is it? The next phase is delta ferrite, from 1400 degrees Celsius to 1539 degrees Celsius. Whatever the delta ferrite obtained, which is BCC, body centered crystalline structure, and having 2 atoms per unit cell. Okay, whatever that delta ferrite occur, which is also a reversible one, as heating as well as while cooling also we can obtain the delta farad in between 1400 and 59 1539 degrees Celsius. Okay, so this is the allotropy. Allotropy means what? One type of form occur in between the various temperature ranges. Okay, so this is nothing but the occurrence of the different phases in between from room temperature to higher temperature, that is 1539 degrees Celsius, irrespective or corresponding to the different crystalline structure BCC, FCC, BCC, and whatever the number of atom present in a unit cell of the BCC and FCC that are shown over here or represented over here. Okay, so this is nothing but the allotropy of the pure metal. Then next we will have to study the cooling curve of pure metal. Now cooling curve of pure metal we have already studied. In case of the iron carbon diagram also, that we are observing the carbon but in relation to iron, but the percentage of carbon is very negligible as compared to the iron, that is 6.67%. so that's why it will be treated as a pure iron. Okay, and that carbon is added as a additive only to increase the different properties, not in as a alloying element. Okay, that's why it will be treated as a iron, only treated as a pure metal. So here means whatever the temperature variation we have studied in case of the iron carbon equilibrium diagram, the same temperature variation we will have to observe here. So here on x-axis there is a time and on y-axis there is a temperature. So temperature variation is same as that of the iron carbon equilibrium diagram. Here we can observe origin representing the 0 degree Celsius, then 727, then 768, then 910, then 1400 and 1539 degrees Celsius. So likewise the temperature variation is given on the y-axis. As we are cooling from liquid, we know that whatever the iron in case of the steel that at above 1539 degrees Celsius it is in liquid phase, is it? So from liquid to room temperature, in that case there are different phase changes occurs, and that phase changes represented with the help of cooling curve. And we have already studied in case of the types of cooling curve in first unit. As we are studying the cooling curve for pure metal, in that case one horizontal line which is parallel to x-axis and perpendicular to y-axis observed for a pure metal while studying the cooling curve. So that's why we are considering the delta farad. In that case also we can observe the one parallel line to the x-axis. Here the 1539 degrees Celsius at that particular temperature or above that temperature, whatever the steel present or iron present which is in liquid phase. Okay, so liquid to solid conversion start at 1539 degrees Celsius. That's why in between 1539 degrees Celsius and 1400 degrees Celsius we have observed the delta iron, and which is in body centered cubic structure that we have already studied. Then from 1400 degrees Celsius to 910 degrees Celsius again we have obtained the austenite, which is face centered cubic structure. Then in between 910 to 768, so here two phases observed for alpha ion or alpha ferrite, non-magnetic and magnetic. That magnetic is from room temperature, that is 727 to 768 degrees Celsius, that is magnetic alpha ion, and from 768 to 910 degrees Celsius, that is non-magnetic alpha ion. Okay, so this is nothing but the cooling curve for pure metal. Okay, so there is a lot much similarity between whatever the topics we have studied, that is for allotropy of the pure metal. In that case the some section wise study of alpha ferrite, austenite and delta ferrite is given in relation to the temperature. Okay, but in case of the cooling curve, just by showing the line parallel to the x-axis and perpendicular to y-axis, the cooling curve for pure metal is explained over here. but whatever the temperature variation is same as that of the iron carbon equilibrium diagram. Okay, so by just drawing such a diagram we can explain the cooling curve for pure metal. So this is nothing but the last topic of the second unit, that is iron carbon equilibrium diagram. So whatever the important questions asked in the university exam, that questions are quoted over here, so we can just go through it, how we can write the answer to that question, that we will have to study. So here we can observe the question number 1: explain the eutectic reaction, eutectoid reaction, peritectic reaction with respect to iron carbon or Fe carbon equilibrium diagram. This question will ask for 6 to 7 marks, because what we say that the 2 marks for each reaction with the calculation of the amount of phases by using that lever rule, and 1 mark for the Fe carbon diagram. Okay, so likewise the weightage will be 2 2 2 1 for 7 mark. Suppose the question will ask, give the any two invariant reaction and with respect to iron carbon equilibrium diagram. In that case the question may be asked for 6 marks. 2 marks for each reaction, any two invariant reactions, means out of these three reactions, you can explain any two reactions with respect to iron carbon equilibrium diagram. In that case the weightage of marks will be 2 marks each for one reaction and 2 marks for iron carbon equilibrium diagram. The likewise weightage will be there. So that whatever the, and important thing is that the iron carbon equilibrium diagram, you draw a complete diagram and or draw the enlarged view of that iron carbon equilibrium diagram for particular reaction, likewise shown over here. See here, suppose you are going to explain that peritectic reaction. In that case you have to draw this particular reaction, particular diagram for that peritectic reaction with this reaction and this supporting reactions. Okay, so in that case we will have to calculate the micro constituent, or what we can say that the amount of delta Farad amount of liquid. Likewise you will have to write down. Suppose the question may be asked, suppose you are interested to write down the eutectic reaction. In that case you will have to draw this diagram, eutectic reaction in this diagram. Means what we are doing, we are doing the enlarged view of this section for peritectic reaction, enlarged view of what we can say that eutectoid reaction, that enlarged view of this section. Suppose we are going to explain the eutectic reaction. In that case we are drawing the enlarged view of this section. Okay, so likewise instead of drawing the separate diagram, you can draw the complete diagram, or better way of explanation is that you will have to draw the different section for different invariant reaction. That is important thing. Okay, so I think you have understood how the answer to the first question has to be given. परत सांगतो मी, क्वेश्चन 2 प्रकारे विचारले जाऊ शकते. एक्सप्लेन eutectoid peritectic reaction with Fe carbon equilibrium diagram for 7 mark, or explain any two invariant reaction with Fe carbon equilibrium diagram for 6 mark. Okay, then second question is define the delta ferrite, austenite, cementite, alpha ferrite, ladyborite, pearlite. Okay, so out of these 6 terminology, any 2 to 4 terminology ask. Okay, so you will have to write down each and every terminology with detail. Suppose delta ferrite will ask. In that case you will have to say that the delta ferrite is a interstitial solid solution of carbon in delta iron. The occurrence of the delta ferrite is at 1492 degrees Celsius, is it? And at that particular temperature the percentage of carbon is 0.1%, is it? and that delta ferrite is a soft and ductile phase which contain which is a in BCC structure, that is body centered cubic structure, and what we can say that the two atoms present in a unit cell, is it? Likewise you will have to explain that delta ferrite, austenite, cementite, alpha ferrite, is it? And most of the time it is also given in the a question that define delta ferrite, austenite, cementite, alpha ferrite with ion carbon equilibrium diagram. In that case it must be, or it is compulsory to draw the ion carbon equilibrium diagram, and again that question is also asked for the 6 mark to 7 marks. Okay, then next question is what are composite? What are composites? Describe briefly various types of composite materials with their applications. Now in the first unit, while studying the material science, or what we can say classification of materials, we have studied composite materials. Now that composite material means what? It is nothing but the stacking of one material over other. Is it? Stacking of one material over other material. Now suppose we take the example of that composite materials are the rubber tires. Rubber tire is the example of what composite material. Then plywood sheets are also example of the composite materials. Then next, lip spring, whatever the lip spring you have observed on the chassis or below the chassis of the vehicles, heavy duty vehicles, or we can say that the loading vehicles, on which the tires are attached, because whatever the shocking force from coming out from the uneven surfaces of the road, that will be absorbed by the lip spring. Previously that lip spring are used, or what we can say that the manufactured having 4 to 5 plates of the different materials, but nowadays that stacking is replaced by a single plate, and that single plate is made up of composite materials. Okay, so that's why the lip spring are used as a composite materials in case of the vehicles. Okay, so these are the examples of the composite materials. Reinforced concrete structure are also examples of the composite material. Now likewise you can elaborate the question in your language. Then next question asks, explain how various critical temperatures are represented on F carbon equilibrium diagram during heating and cooling. So in the previous lectures we have studied the critical temperatures. That critical temperature you can explain, or you have to explain with the help of ion carbon equilibrium diagram. In that case you will have to what we can say that represent that critical temperature by symbols, that is A0, A1, A2, A3, then ACM, and what we can say that A4. Okay, so these are the different symbolic representation for the different critical temperature. That A0 temperature is what? Curie temperature of the cementite. One of the table we have studied in case of the that critical temperature by ion carbon equilibrium diagram, and that table you can very well explain that critical temperature in a very representative manner. Okay, so that A0 is critical temperature of cementite, A1 is the lower critical temperature for formation of the eutectoid reaction, then A2 temperature is the Curie temperature of what? Alpha ferrite. Then A3 temperature, A3 temperature is the upper critical temperature. Then ACM, ACM is the lower critical temperature is what? A2, and ACM will be the upper critical temperature, and A4 will be the formation of the delta ferrite. Okay, so likewise in the table form we have explained the all the critical temperature Okay, so here we can observe all the critical temperature. Just a minute. Okay, these are the different Curie temperature of the cementite, lower Curie temperature for ferrite, then upper critical temperature for hypoelectric steel, upper critical temperature for delta. By using that table you can explain, by using this table you can explain the critical temperature. Okay, so this is nothing but the critical temperature. With the help of diagram we will have to explain that critical temperature. Then next question is draw iron carbon equilibrium diagram and explain the cooling of an alloy having 0.6% carbon from liquid state to room temperature. Also calculate weight percentage of phase present at room temperature. Okay, so in that case we have considered the example of steel containing 0.8% carbon, and by using that we have plot, or we have drawn one vertical line which is perpendicular to x-axis and passing through the 0.8% carbon. Okay, and that line intersecting to the various curve. Okay, the point at which that the vertical line drawn intersect, that will be represented by temperature T1, T2, T3 up to so on. Okay, so and by using that temperature points T1, T2, T3, we have explained the different phases occurring while cooling from higher temperature to room temperature. Is it? And in relation to that, at 727, at what point that line intersect, with the help of that point we will have to calculate the amount of alpha ferrite and amount of cementite present in that material. The material means what? The steel containing 0.8% carbon. Okay, by using lever rule, suppose we are interested to calculate the amount of alpha ferrite is present on the left side. Okay, and delta ferrite is on the right side. Is it? So by using that we can calculate the amount of phases, that is alpha ferrite is opposite arm length upon total arm length, and for cementite again opposite arm length upon what we can say that the total arm length. Likewise you can calculate the amount of phases in case of that 0.6% carbon. Then next question is compute the percentage of micro constituent. Similarly you can calculate the by using the lever rule. Is it? So this is nothing but the occurrence of the different phases at a particular temperature and percentage of carbon. Okay, so this is the completion of the unit number second. From first we just go through this is iron carbon equilibrium diagram. Many more times we have studied that iron carbon equilibrium diagram. Then different critical temperature, just we have gone through it. Then solid phases present on Fe carbon equilibrium diagram. By using this table you can explain that question, that is define alpha ferrite, austenite, cementite and delta ferrite. That question will be solved by using that table. Means in this table the complete information of that all the phases are carried out. Just by using the different sentence you can quote or you can explain that various phases. Okay, then next the reactions. What are the different reactions occurring at different temperature, and what are the different byproducts. Okay, then next by using the diagrams or different sections of the iron carbon equilibrium diagram, here it has been explained. Then three phase transformation present on Fe carbon equilibrium diagram, that is similar to austenite, pearlite and ladyburite. Means in that case define the pearlite, define the ladyburite, you can explain by using this table. Then this is the for 0.08% carbon, how the cooling of steel from higher temperature to room temperature takes place. Then allotropic form of pure metal, then allotropic cooling curve for pure metal. Okay, Likewise, we have completed unit number 2. Now on Saturday you will have to give the unit test on unit number 2, and the questions similar to this or out of this question only the question will be repeated in the unit test. Okay, thank you.